It's Victims' Rights Awareness Week, and Richmond detectives reached out to the Reopen the Case Foundation for help solving a cold case. Samuel Flaugher was shot in April of 2019 and died a few days later. And his father, Tony, will stop at nothing to find out who killed his only son. Crime Insider John Burkett has the story.
He's right here in front of me and everybody's like, look at the camera, and I'm like, no. And I had my arms around him. And it was a picture of protection. I'm always looking over top of you. I'm always here to protect you. And no matter where you go, I am always there, loving on you.
His son was a recent graduate at the time of his death of Thomasdale High School. His name was Samuel Flaugher. He was in the Richmond area. Police tell us he was there to sell drugs. And when he came to a spot on the south side off of Coles Street, that's where he was basically ambushed.
I know there was property found in the street of another individual that was in the victim's car. The victim, after he was shot, ran from that location down Cole Street and collapsed on the porch. It's where the ambulance picked him up and took him from the scene.
He was shot in the heart. That severed the main artery off of his heart, but they were able to get it back together, and I think they gave him 3 or 4 pints of blood because he had lost so much blood.
Right now there's no brain activity. It's very minimal. I need everybody to pray. Just pray to God that he doesn't take my son. My son.
Do you think he ran there by himself, or do you think his friends kind of carried him to that location?
The 2 people in the car that were with him were at the porch.
I mean, it took a lot of guts to go up, and it wasn't like he was shying away from it. He was like, I'm going to that door and I'm going to knock and see if I get an answer, because he's always wanted to talk to the person that lived in that house.
My son was murdered 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
And from what we understand, he ended up on this porch, and this is where the ambulance picked him up from.
Yeah, he was here. And I don't know what happened to him, but I heard him out here hollering. And I was in my room, and I came out here, and by the time I got out here, it was 2 people standing at the bottom. I told the police I saw a girl and a boy standing down here, and I don't know who they were. I never seen your son that day in my life.
Did you happen to hear of any conversation between all of them?
Yeah, they said, we're not gonna let you go down like that.
She kind of knew how he felt because her son was also killed by gun violence.
The night that he was shot, Samuel met up with a couple of guys, had a couple of friends in his vehicle with him, and they pulled up behind one of the associates and got out of his SUV and went in and got in the car with the other guy. Before anybody realized what was happening, apparently 1 or 2 guys came out from behind the house and was doing a drug rip. They ended up robbing Samuel. They took about $400 worth of marijuana.
How little that is, like how insignificant that is over a life, it's just, I could never understand.
Throughout the 4 years, as Tony's been on a mission trying to find out who killed his son, he's kept in pretty good contact with some of Samuel's friends, and we met one of those friends out here at a soccer field where Tony used to coach his son in soccer. And she spoke very highly of Sam, and one thing that stuck out in that interview was she's now a mom of 2 boys that are 2 and 3 years old.
And as a parent, it breaks my heart. It really does.
She talked about how Samuel's death has influenced the way she's raising her boys.
And while I know forgiveness is one of those things that as Christians we're supposed to do. Your presence. Lord, I ask that you would send the Holy Spirit not only upon her and upon her family. Call me a hypocrite, call me whatever you want, but I'm a parent of a murdered son. I can't say right now that there is a place in my heart for forgiveness. My grandfather's leg and his legacy ends at my death. It ends because you took my son, who was the last floor in our line, and totally destroyed it. I want to look at him and I want to say, this was my son. And as I hold up his bloody shirt in court where he was shot and lost so much blood, I want that person to be able to get a vivid picture for the rest of their life when they spend it in prison, seeing my son's blood all over his clothes that I'm now in possession of. I want them to see that you not only killed somebody over $400 worth of pot, you ended his life. You ended my life. You ended his mother's life. You ended his brother's. You ended his family. You ended his friends.
He's determined to find out and get answers about his son's murder. And it doesn't matter how far he has to drive to get those answers, where he has to go to get those answers, to pass out flyers, whatever he needs, he's going to do it to make sure his son's killer is brought to justice.
I want you responsible for taking a human life. This is not one of your video games. This has consequences, and the consequences were death, and it can happen to me, it can happen to you, and it can happen to your children, and we have to find peace.
Oh, I hear the Savior say, thy strength indeed is small. Child of weakness, watch and pray. Find in me thine all and all.